Okay, so this is for anybody and everybody who's doing the 12-year-old rite of passage from childhood to adolescence with their children currently. These just a couple tips and tricks. If you're actually running the whole thing all 5 days and you're trying to knock all of that out, I think about so daily, your child should be probably doing some physical training for this, but you can do sort of seasonal physical training. So part of the season, do bike riding, part of the season, do some running, part of the season, do some rucking, part of the season, do some swimming. Um, and that will slowly build up over time. And so don't, again, you eat an elephant one bite at a time, right? You don't eat it all at once. Um, with the aquatic skills or the tactical combat casualty care, right? So basically first aid, buddy aid stuff, right? CPR and things like that. Um, just choose one of the things, right? Like P March P. Just choose patient movement and work on that for a week, or work on that like on the weekend. Just hey, here's a scenario. What would you do? And then kind of chat about that. Um, and then you can build that into the next thing, into the next thing, very much like the routines, like morning routine or evening routine or family time, time with the Lord kind of routine, stuff like that. Um, so what we have decided to do is we've decided to create miniature rites of passage on birthdays. So Ellie's birthday is coming up. She'll do like a little mini rite of passage that's appropriate for her 7 turning 8 year old self, right? So she'll do like the workout, like the push-ups and pull-ups and however many she can do. And we'll be like, yeah, that's awesome. And then she'll do like a little bike ride and she'll do like a little run and she'll do like a little swim. And she'll do like a little CPR first aid thing. She'll do like a little hike out in the woods and then and do some um, learning, like map reading with the hike. Like, hey, take our family from here to there, and it's going to be like 100 feet or 100 meters or maybe even a mile, right? Whatever is appropriate for their age. Um, Doing some above and below baseline kind of checks and understanding, maybe shoot a new gun, because right now she's shot the carbine, she's really proficient with the bow and arrow, but maybe we might do a shotgun, right? Not a handgun yet. Her hands aren't big enough. She doesn't have enough strength yet. But Hannah could, her birthday, she's going to be turning 11, so she's 1 year out. She'll totally be able to do like a miniature, and it'll all be in one day for her on this. And I asked her if she wants to do multiple days or whatever, but she can do that as well. Um, just to kind of see where she's at, which puts a fire under her butt as well as puts a fire under my butt and goes, hey, here's some gaps, here's some areas that she needs to work on in order to be able to accomplish this. Right. So just kind of as more of a heads up and a fun thing. And then as we get closer, maybe 3 months out, maybe 6 months out, she might do another sort of rendition of that, as they get closer to it. So then they can feel confident stepping into it, that, yeah, it's going to be hard. It's going to suck. It's going to be tough, but it's doable. I gotta keep training. I got to keep focused. I got to keep at it. And a lot of this, obviously I'm leading it and I'm facilitating it, but a lot of it, I'm like, hey, if you don't, if you don't do your workout, like, one, you don't get your allowance. That's part of their allowance. Um, which is really interesting, right? But I want them to see working out fun in a multitude of ways, and so fun also that you can make some money. And they've got to do other household chores and extraneous chores and things like that for their allowance, and then they have to do stuff just because they're a part of the family. But I want them to learn money and all those things. So, but yeah, have fun, break it down, and make it doable. And shoot, maybe your child is past 12 and you want them to do this 12-year-old, but you're going to have to wait until they're 14 because they're going to need to put 2 years of training under their body and mind in order to be able to do some of these things. That's totally fine. You could do we totally overestimate what we can get done in a day and a week and a month, and we underestimate what we can accomplish in a year and 5 years. So, yeah, have fun with it. I know that there's a lot of things in this, but break it down. Like choose one day for a month and focus on being able to do those things for that day for an entire month. Like maybe it's the running and above and below baseline and hand to hand self defense and things like that. I'll be putting more videos out here going into what is above and below baseline, what is hand to hand self defense, what is archery, what does that consist of for me. But the thing is, if you don't know, if you don't have it, then just take it out. If you're because you're like, I don't even know what this is, so I'm just going to take it out. But you could probably read Left of Bang and fill in the blank for above and below baseline and the go no go criteria and understanding what a baseline is, right? Uh, and that's a book, and you could read it and implement it right after that book in your own life, which would be great, in your wife's life, which would be awesome, or if you're a wife listening to this, in your husband's life, and then in your kid's life. So yeah, and that's essentially. I wanted to keep it short. Just kind of here's a couple of tips on how to kind of put your arms around this really big tree. It doesn't have to go all the way around because you're not trying to do all of it today. You're taking a year to a multi-year approach, right? Jack is going to be the far most benefiting child. He'll probably be the most rebellious then, right? As it would be. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, Hannah's pumped on it. Ellie's pumped on it. They're pumped on their little birthday tests that they get to do. Um, and so, yeah, I don't know. It's exciting. It's fun. Make it exciting and fun. God bless you. I love you, and I'm praying for you.